Y'all wrong for this. Y'all wrong for this. With all the letters in capital. Wrong for this. How? How do you hype up Randy Orton versus Bray Wyatt, The Fiend, for this long? We seen this man get burnt to a crisp. He was laying in the middle of the ring on fire. It smelled like bacon throughout the Thunderdome. Y'all teased us with his return for months. Came back with a new look. Alexa bleeding through the mouth, black goo. Randy Orton doing the same. Bray Wyatt grabbing his ankle with his little burnt, crispy fingers. We went from that to this abomination of a matchup that WWE had the nerve to start with. Let's get into it, y'all. Anyway, Randy Orton makes his way down to the ring. And it's pretty much his standard entrance. There's nothing too phenomenal about it. But when your boy came down to the ring wearing white, it's like a symbol. Like, I don't think anybody... When's the last time somebody lost wearing white? Seth Rollins wore white. Randy Orton just wore white. I mean, like, I think white is, man. Anytime somebody wear white, they win it. Anyway, spoiler warning for the match. Hell, it was yesterday. We then seen Alexa Bliss prance her way down to the ring looking all creepy. Had some effects, makeup done to her face. Came down to the ring, and there was a giant jack-in-the-box that, for some reason, the announce team didn't know what it was. I'm like, bro, it's jack-in-the-box. She's been carrying it forever, teasing the Fiend's return. But anyway, she proceeds to wind the jack-in-the-box. She's winding the jack-in-the-box. And then, out comes the Fiend, right? And to my surprise, my man's ain't burnt no more. He's back to his original Fiend attire. And I know last night I said that it was a new mask, but y'all gotta realize with that red light, like how it was, and then, you can't see. So I thought it was a new mask. I'm like, oh, snap, it's another new mask. WrestleMania mask. But nope, regular attire here. And yeah. The Fiend is literally no-selling Randy Orton's offense for 5 or 6 minutes straight. And at this point, I'm like, yeah, all right. You can go ahead and put him away now, because all the other reports were saying that this match was going to be a squash match. And when it wasn't a squash match, your boy started getting a little nervous. I was like, ooh. The Fiend gets down to business, stops playing around with Randy Orton, gets him in the mandible claw that turns into a sister, Abigail, and it looked like he was about to put him down. Here comes little Miss Bliss on top of the jack-in-the-box from earlier. Clothes changed. And she got a crown on, the thorns, and she bleeding. I'm like, this is some demonic-ish. But she bleeding though. And it distracted the Fiend. And at this point, I'm already like, and then he eats an RKO, and he's defeated for the 1, 2, 3. This man no-sold offense for 5 to 7 minutes to only be beaten by 1 RKO. And then the Fiend get up, and he have a stare. They having a stare down. Alexa Bliss and the Fiend staring at each other, and the lights go off. I physically, before the crowd reaction, looked at my TV and stood up and said, "Boo! Boo!" And the crowd then followed thereafter. We felt the same thing in that moment. We knew behind that mask and behind that clown attire, the man Bray Wyatt was a disappointed man at WrestleMania, and we all shared his disappointment. Let's give a moment of silence for the Fiend. Hopefully he can resurrect from this. He can come back. Hell, he done came back from being burnt crispy bacon bits. But let's give that moment a moment of silence before I add insult to injury, because y'all already know what this matchup is getting. Boom boom! Next matchup, y'all already know how I feel about this. It's one that I really didn't care about because it didn't have any build up. As I mentioned, for night one, we got Tamina and Natalya versus Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. And this was just awful. It was underwhelming, you know, and then just to have Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler retain made night one feel even more pointless in the first place, which is why I said they should have just had that first matchup from night one on SmackDown. Because why would they switch the Andre Battle Memorial that, you know, that my boy Jey Uso won, just to replace it with the tag team turmoil match? Like, I don't understand that. The tag team turmoil match should have been on SmackDown, while the Andre Battle Memorial should have been taking place on night one of WrestleMania, because then it would have tied into the fact that Jey Uso is now a winner, and he was a winner on night one, and then it would have made it even better when Roman got his win on night two. Spoiler alert. I'm sure y'all know what happened. But you see what I'm saying? Like, WWE's logic. Anyway, I already told y'all what happened. Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler retains. Boo-boo! We then get Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. No one cares about this man's conspiracy theories. Another useless storyline in WWE that just feels like they knew, hey, y'all best friends in real life. Y'all have worked countless of matches together. We know what we getting with y'all when we put y'all in a matchup. And it did have Logan Paul out during the matchup at ringside. But do we care about that either? What we expected to happen is exactly what happened. Pretty decent match. It was a good match. But like we all expected, KO hit the KO stunner for the 1, 2, 3. Logan Paul did get in the ring, try to celebrate with him, and KO pulled a Steve Austin on your boy. Celebrated, then hit your boy with a KO stunner. Now, your boy gonna give this matchup, just because it was a good matchup. It was a good match. I just didn't care about it. I don't think anyone really cared about it. So for that reason, you're getting the side eye. Next matchup, Matt Riddle, or Riddle as they like to call him, versus Sheamus. And I really wasn't excited for this matchup either, because I don't like what they're doing with Riddle. They're just having him do some dumb stuff backstage. And I was honestly hoping Sheamus would take this victory. And that he did in a hard-earned victory. It was a dope match. I can't even lie to you. They pretty much went back and forth, trying to see who can better each other, who could better the other. It was a crazy spot where Matt Riddle did a backflip off the top rope, tried to hit like a splash on him, and Sheamus rocked him with a bro kick. Had your boy bleeding, just just gushing, bleeding blood. Kicked him in the mouth. Boom! That was a real boom. I don't think he got it. You know how they be putting their hands up. I don't think he got his hands up in time. And he was leaking. But Sheamus got the victory with the 1, 2, 3. And your new United States champion, Sheamus. I'm excited to see what come next for Sheamus, man. He just came off. While I didn't think they should have put the WWE title on him, obviously I'm glad Bobby Lashley got that. But I'm glad they utilizing Sheamus again, man. Build him up, because your boy can be a beast. I'm going to give that matchup a thunderclap. Next, we had Big E going against Apollocruz for the Intercontinental Championship. And this was a Nigerian drum fight. I didn't even know what that was, to tell you the truth, but it sounded pretty dope. No drums were played during this match. Just gonna let y'all know. No instruments of no sort. But it was a good, very good matchup. And just the fact that they were playing off that this is Big E's hometown, he got hometown advantage, I knew something was a little fishy. We've been getting swerved and disappointed, and swerved, disappointed, or swerved this whole night too, right? Well, either one or the other. We did see an extra intense Big E. This is the type of Big E I want to see. I don't want bro coming down to the ring, still passing out pancakes, bro. The New Day is on a, they on a different brand than you. You go back to Big E Langston, man. Go back to doing, you remember when you was doing this and hit, you know what I'm saying? Go back to do that. You know what I'm saying? Come out to the ring, look, do all that. You feel me? Don't hit nobody in the mouth though. I know it's an accident. Don't hit nobody in the mouth though. Don't do that. That looked like it hurt. But I'm not gonna stunt. It did look like Apollocruz was gonna lose. Bars, God, whoo. But as he was about to lose, Dabba-Kato returned to television. I don't think we seen bro since Raw. What was that? Raw Dark or Raw Underground? Raw Underground, where they had the Mubs in there. Raw Underground. We ain't seen them Mubs since Raw Underground. But anyway, he returned. He gonna go under some new name, Lieutenant something. Lieutenant Aziz? Something like that. I may be getting that wrong. Correct me in the comments, because I'm sure I'm getting that wrong. But he's going under a whole new name, apparently. And he's going to be working with Apollocruz. So Apollocruz picked up the W for the 1, 2, 3. Hopefully, this leads to a more intense Big E like we seen. And he won't be like, oh, it's okay. I got the power of positivity. We don't want to see none of that, bro. I want to see you be on Brock Lesnar's level, bro. No reason why you shouldn't be. I said it. We then got Asuka versus Rhea Ripley. And to tell you the truth, we all knew what was going to happen here. I'm not even going to spend too much time on this match because, one, this is another matchup that WWE just failed to build. Like, it was no story behind it. I really could care less. Rhea Ripley showed up on Raw one Monday night and was like, hey, I'm ready for Asuka. I don't know if that's how. Tell me, did I do it good? I think I did good. No, Asuka did her whole thing. You not ready for Asuka. I'm like, dang, yeah, I don't know if you're ready for Asuka, because not many people ready for Asuka when WWE actually take her seriously. She cold. But we all knew what was going to happen. Rhea Ripley, she had been scheduled to make her debut on Raw. And when she did, they was hyping it up. They're not going to hype up this. I don't even, can you call it hype? I'm confused. I don't think you can call it hype. And they just said she was coming. And I think people was hyped for it until it was like 2 weeks before WrestleMania. They're like, it's about to be rushed. And she probably just gonna fight Asuka because Charlotte hasn't been seen anywhere. So we already knew what was going to happen. No story behind it. She just showed up. And apparently showed up, won championship at WrestleMania. She was ready for Asuka. Yeah. I'm going to give this matchup the side eye. Because it wasn't a bad match. It just wasn't interesting. So let's do the side eye. We then come to the main event of it all. The main event of night 2. And as a whole, we can say. Because we then seen Roman Reigns defending his Universal title versus Edge and Daniel Bryan. Now, a lot of us kind of figured while it was possible, it's not probable that WWE is going to put the strap on Daniel Bryan at this exact moment. I don't see where they could go from there. And to everyone's prediction, we were right? Just how great of a match it actually was, y'all. It was back and forth. At different times, it looked like any of them could win. All 3 of them could win, like, to tell you the truth. And it really had me on the edge of my seat because I just knew in my heart of hearts, like I told y'all about the Bobby Lashley and Drew McIntyre matchup, I just knew. I'm like, they gonna get us to Edge. Man, they complete his comeback story. A lot of heels have won this WrestleMania. They gonna get us to Edge. And I think that's just gonna complete his comeback story. You know, it's been 9 years, he said? Been 9 years. I could have sworn they was gonna get us to Edge, right? And it was going back and forth. It was a bit in the match where Edge had Roman Reigns about to tap out. He was about to tap. Like, you see Roman's hands about to tap. Daniel Bryan then came out of nowhere, grabbed the man's hand, and put him in a yes lock along with Edge's submission. And your boy was just back there like, come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Stop playing. Stop playing. Edge and Daniel Bryan started headbutting each other. I'm like, both of y'all got concussion issues, y'all. Especially Daniel Bryan, man. You don't be headbutting. But they start headbutting each other. Daniel Bryan gets rolled out the ring. And in the midst of all of this, Edge was able to hit Roman Reigns with a spear. And right there, I'm like, all right, that's the 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. As the referee's hand was coming down, Daniel Bryan pulled the ref out the ring, y'all. I'm like, they playing with my emotions. They play with everybody's emotions. I'm like, at this point, I don't even know, is Edge still gonna win? He done had like 3 chances to win and keep the rug keep getting pulled under him, and Daniel Bryan done did it twice. Like, that's the thing, right? But in the end, Jey Uso made his presence known. Stepped in for his oos, took care of business, created enough of a diversion for Roman Reigns to get the upper hand. Boom, spear. Boom, spear. And the boy did exactly, and when I say exactly, I mean exactly what he said he was going to do on SmackDown before WrestleMania. He stacked them on top of each other and pinned them both for the 1, 2, 3. And you're a winner. And still, you're reigning, defending Universal Champion, Roman Reigns. Now, that's one where I wanted Roman. This is one of the rare times I wanted Roman to win. I'm like, y'all done built this man up. He been on fire since he turned heel and returned with Paul Heyman. Don't stop this man's momentum. Don't just give it to Edge because it's a feel-good moment. But I just knew WWE's logic. That's what they was going to do. And once again, like in the Bobby Lashley and Drew McIntyre matchup, they surprised your boy. I'm definitely going to get a main event of WrestleMania, a thunderclap. And just as a whole, man, it's going to be hard to say. It's hard. It's hard. I'm not going to let The Fiend ruin what I'm about to do for WWE right now. I am gonna give it. It wasn't boo boo. It wasn't boo boo. It wasn't boo boo. I think it did just enough to get a thunderclap. So it's gonna get a thunderclap, but I'm not gonna be as loud as I was, as I'm always when I say thunderclap. So it gets a thunderclap. If you can call that a thunder, you just get a clap. Get a clap. And get a clap. I'll do it like this. Out of 5, I give WrestleMania as a whole about a 3.5. That's mainly due to the lack of storylines. It just seems like the lack of preparation for this year's WrestleMania and what they did to my boy The Fiend. But when they did surprise us in a good way, and when they did make the right decisions, such as Bobby Lashley and Roman Reigns retaining, gotta give him a 3.5. Gotta give him something for it. So it's more than half, not quite a 4. I think it's enough for, like I said, maybe not a thunderclap, but a clap. Comment below. Let me know what y'all thought about WrestleMania this year. Did whoever y'all wanted to win? What did y'all think about the matchups? Are y'all excited to see what's next for Bobby Lashley and Roman Reigns? We gonna find out what's gonna happen with what's the explanation for The Fiend? And knowing WWE, The Fiend might not even be on Raw tonight. We don't know, but we gotta check it out and find out, I guess. And just, we keep saying, everybody said they ain't gonna watch it no more. We tune in every Monday. Every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday. Once a month, we tune in. So, I mean, they know we gonna watch, but hopefully they got an explanation. Comment below, let me know what y'all thought, y'all. If y'all haven't subscribed to the channel, a lot of my viewers are not subscribed. Like this video to help get your boy in the algorithm. Cash App somewhere in the video, just in case y'all want to support the channel. Live life.